Hi, Taurus-Gemini. Welcome to your Timeless Astrology Tarot reading. My name is Gabrielle, and I am here to tune us in to what different cosmic influences might be supporting, guiding, connecting with you right now, and how you can utilize those connections. Here at Cusp of Roses, we do timeless general tarot readings for all 12 cusp zodiac signs, every new and full moon, and every zodiac season. So if you're interested in that content and you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can tune into my next scheduled live reading. Okay, I try to put my lives scheduled a week in advance out for everyone so you guys can hit those notify me bells and buttons so you don't miss out on the lives that you truly want to be a part of and tune into, okay? But I'm excited here, Taurus Gemini, to get into your energy, all right, and see what you guys got going on and what you need to know from the cosmos in this moment. Mind you, again, this is timeless, so only truly take what resonates with you here in this exact moment. If this reading repopulates for you on your news feed somehow, some way, there might be messages that came through in this moment that are better suited and better fit for you at a later moment, all right? Remember, energy is fluid. Time is truly an illusion, so whenever this is finding you is when it's truly meant, all right, Taurus Gemini? I do have the solar plexus incense prepared to be lit for you. Today just felt like a solar plexus day, and hopefully it'll serve you well, all right? So I'm going to light your incense. We're going to get into our moment of gratitude and grounding. I'm going to sound my singing bowl 1 to 3 times, depending on how I intuitively feel guided to. As that sound travels, do whatever grounding and gratitude practice feels right and best for you in this moment. And we'll get into the pre-channel messages and your cards, all right? All right. Welcome. Okay, here we go. All right, let's get into it, Taurus Gemini. Again, I hope that this reading finds you well and in good spirits, all right? Thank you so much, Divine, for being here with me. And with the Taurus Gemini Cusp Collective of Energy and Taurus Gemini placements here on YouTube, and any of my soul tribe members that might just be tuning in to hang out, what do I need to know prior to this reading for Taurus Geminis based on how they're being cosmically guided and influenced? So yeah, we've got expansion with Jupiter, and you've got the sun, solar plexus energy, of course, self-expressed and embodying truth. So there does feel like here, Taurus Gemini, there is this grander, greater, more expansive sense of yourself, who you are, who you want to be, how you want to grow, what your truth is, what your true essence of self is. Seeing that on a much larger scale, a much broader scale. Almost like the vision that you had of yourself, Taurus Gemini, is expanding. Seeing yourself as more than what you once did. Sun is very powerful energy, as well as Jupiter, right? The biggest. Big. big energy for you, Taurus Gemini. Larger than life energy. Some of you are starting to see things in a macro lens, where you maybe have been very centered in the microcosms or micro ecosystems within your life. Now you're getting to the macro. The bigger picture is at play here. Bigger picture is at play. What else? I just heard stay grounded. Okay, so definitely getting into some root chakra work might be important for you as well. Because when that fire center, your solar plexus, is hot and it's churning and it's moving, it can kind of burn you out a little bit if you don't know how to steady it. Okay? I get that there's ideas coming in to your vortex here, a lot of inspiration finding you. Oh, and I just heard in the strangest of ways. Okay. Things that maybe was hard to, come on now, yeah. Things that were maybe hard to draw inspiration from, or you maybe just couldn't see it. Again, too small of a lens. North Node in Taurus just showed up. Meaning, I feel like, yeah, you're headed towards your North Node. That's the larger view, the bigger picture of why you're here. Why are you incarnated on this earth, in this moment, in this era, in this time? What is the purpose behind all of this for you? How to make the most out of your life from here on out. In ways that feel good for you, in ways that feel in alignment for you. Destined to have, says the North Node, trust in patience and sensuality is your Taurus energy. I feel you have been patient for a while. Yeah, it's just you're heavy in your Taurus vibration here, your Taurus dynamic. Some of you, your North Node could be in Taurus. Could be a Taurus Sun, Taurus Jupiter, Taurus North Node. So that second house energy of physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth are at the forefront of your lessons and who you are in this life, if that is your charting. Doesn't necessarily have to be for you to resonate with this. Yeah, you've got Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. Wherever this North Node is taking you, wherever your North Node is placed, your sun sign and your North Node could be the same sign, or you could share your Jupiter and North Node could be the same sign. But whatever that sign is, and again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, how do you know all of that energy or those placements? Check out the free natal chart calculators linked in my description box. Start with the Western astrology to get a very simplistic view of your natal chart. That is also the chart that follows the sun. So keep that in mind. If you want something a little bit more advanced and a little bit more real time, like in real time, you'll want to study your Vedic chart, which is more or less followed or inspired by, I guess I should say, the moon. And it's 13 cycles, 13 phases, 13 nakshatras, 13 different charts. It's a little bit more advanced, okay? So what's in question here, I do feel, is your physical security, your material values, your possessions, what you own, what you have, what you feel you're destined to have in this life could be expanding. Maybe here, Taurus Gemini, you're realizing that you are placing limits on yourself, on what you could achieve, on what you could become, on what you could have and what you could experience in this life. You were limiting yourself. That's what this feels like. It's a lot of you here. I think the self-worth piece is huge for you right now. I do feel like there is some sort of ascension into a bigger picture where you might have been limiting your worth to just what you owned physically, what you had physically, what you could touch physically, and maybe neglecting or overlooking the intangible self-worth that you possess And some of you are kind of opening that door to look at all of that intangible self-worth. And it's like, whoa, bigger than life, larger than you thought, larger than you imagined, more than you imagined, more valuable maybe to you in this moment. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here, Divine? For Taurus, Gemini energies, what's important for Taurus, Gemini energies to be aware of before we get deeper into the direct influences? Anything else? Greenery is what I just heard. Okay, so maybe some of you need to get out in nature with all that Taurus and earth energy. Connecting with the earth will be very important for you right now. Get in your favorite terrain, whatever that might be for you. Possibly where it's very lush and green. Forest, parks. That type of energy might be important to you right now. I'm also getting desert. Like being in the desert might be helpful in some way, somehow. With the sun and the Jupiter energy that came out. A lot of heat, a lot of fire. A lot of red. Yeah. Sun, desert, lush green. Pick your poison, okay? But I think earth in general. Exploring landscapes. Connecting to the energy grids. Maybe, I don't know, some of you guys are into like geology and things like that. So going and standing on a meridian or an energy line. It's like sourcing energy from the earth. It's there for you. It's what you rule. It's what you're naturally tethered to. So dig a little deeper into that, okay? Tell me more here, Divine. Okay, no more. So, crown chakra might also be important. Last little note. Let's get into your direct influences, Taurus Gemini. What is directly influencing, guiding, or supporting Taurus Gemini energies in the now moment? Thank you so much. Direct energies and influences here for Taurus Gemini. Venus, yeah. You're in your energy. Give and receive love. Find value and see beauty. Okay? Venus rules Taurus. Love might be very important for you, connecting to the beauty of not just nature, but the beauty within you. Okay, regardless of your gender, everybody holds beauty. I think it's that intangible beauty, though, I will say. Seeing your soul for the beauty that it is. You've got the 4th house, home. Cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So maybe your home might be in one of those terrains. Very lush, green, trees, mossy, woody area could remind you of home. Or desert, sand, heat, maybe even palm trees, tropic, maybe even could remind you of home as well. Or those could just be places that feel like home to you. Okay, tell me more here, Divine. For Taurus Gemini, direct influences in this moment, you've got the 12th house. Spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. 4th house, naturally ruled by Cancer. We're in Cancer season as I'm streaming this. And the 12th house, naturally ruled by Pisces. It is the end, though. The last house, the last stop before you cycle through your 1st house and get into... Come on now, y'all. As I'm saying cycle into your 1st house, the 1st house shows up. Can't make it up. 8th house as well. You could have some Scorpio, a lot of houses. So these could be particular houses here, Taurus Gemini, where there's a lot of cosmic activity with the placements in now. Mind you, today, as I'm streaming this, Neptune has begun its retrograde and will continue to retrograde through December 6th. So the end of the year, pretty much. Venus is about to retrograde July 22nd. Venus is here. So through these retrogrades, we also have Pluto retrograding, we have Saturn retrograding. So all of this turn back, rewind, review, reinvent could all be active in these houses for you, regardless of their ruling signs. So check your 4th house, your 12th house, and your 1st house, and your Venus placement. But the 1st house is all about your individuality, your self-image, and your approach to life. So again, this is where I feel as if the growth and expansion is happening in your 12th house. Realizing, accepting, and embracing karmic lessons, karmic patternings, transcending them, so that you can be more of an individual, Taurus Gemini. You can have a healthier self-image, your self-worth. You can adjust and reinvent your approach to life, doing things a bit differently, getting back to basics in some way, shape, or form. Rediscovery is what I just heard. Some of you are like rediscovering your culture, rediscovering your roots, rediscovering your love or the beauty of where you come from. Accepting it. A lot of people fight where they come from. A lot of people don't like their roots or their family, or you know what I mean? It's like there's this level of acceptance I think you're stepping into where it is what it is. It's made you who you are. It doesn't have to be anything that you continue to feed or continue to cultivate, but there is this level of appreciating the earth you grew from. It was the soil you were planted in, by no mistake. By no mistake. It was the exact soil, the exact space, the exact environment that your soul needed to do this work, to grow and expand and to express and to discover and to learn and to experience. 8th house, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. Yeah. Some of you are starting to get in that mindset of, what is my legacy? What do I want my legacy to be in this life? What do I want to leave behind? What do I want my life to be about? What purpose, what drive, what motivation, what thought, what thing, what person, what place gets me up and out of bed every day to live and to see and to breathe? It's like that kind of bare bone basic I feel for you, Taurus Gemini, in this moment. Like, who am I? Who have I been? Who am I now? And who do I want to be? Are they the same thing, the same person? What are the differences, if any? What steps do I need to take to get to whichever one I want to express? One thing's for sure, though, this give and receive love is big. I can feel it. It's a big cornerstone or centerpiece in your life right now. Whether you need love, Taurus Gemini, whether that's something you're realizing or really connecting or desiring with, desiring and needing and wanting love. Whether you have this sense that you want to give back, give more. Some of you, this might be philanthropy, a path of philanthropy that you're maybe destined to take, North Node energy. Maybe some of you are meant to be philanthropists. But that give and receive, going back to the spaces where you know you got love and giving back. Yeah, there's this reach back, pay it forward, reach back type of energy as well. Because I think with this 12th house and the 1st house, you've definitely gone through a rebirth here. You could have strong Pisces or Aries in your chart as well, maybe even Cancer or Scorpio. I just heard feeling like myself again. That's big, Taurus Gemini. Maybe that's been a disconnect for a minute, not feeling like yourself. Some of you maybe feel like you got lost in something, lost in a way, lost in a lifestyle, lost in an idea of who you maybe thought you wanted to be, thought you should be, thought you had to be, whatever the case. It's this self. I am. That's the Aries first house. The I am. Who am I? Maybe you'll have an answer, right? I am this. I am that. Maybe you're still searching for that answer. And that's okay too. This is your journey to discover who you are, Taurus Gemini, like really, really in a very huge, major, transformative way with the 8th house at the bottom of the deck. All right, so let's get into these details. Tell me more about Venus, the 4th house, the 12th house, and the 1st house for Taurus Gemini. Let's look at this chunk right quick. You've got the 9 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. There's the I am energy. It's Virgo, the 9 of Pentacles, but it's finding the abundance. These are the intangibles. Again, yes, Pentacles are physical, touchable, but this is what that kind of represents for me. It's the intangible part of you. Your intangible worth. Not something that can be measured, not something that you can put on paper, not something that can be quantified, but only can be qualified. It's a quality, your natural qualities here. Very, very naturally abundant for sure. You're the cusp of energy. Okay, let's talk about that. Mind, crazy, brilliant, right? Great thinkers, great networkers, great communicators. Very solid as well, sturdy. Okay? So you're standing here in the 9 of Pentacles, but you have this 4 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and 4 of Pentacles. Something that the divine wants to hand you might not be what you expect. Some of you, through this 12th house, maybe stayed in this 4 of Pentacles energy. It is Capricorn energy. That was at the bottom of the deck for your pre-channel. Stayed in this 4 of Pentacles energy where the divine was trying to get you in the 3 of Wands. And maybe part of you in this retrograde season that we are steeping deeper into, there's this desire to go back. Go back to that moment where the divine offered you the cup. Go back to the moment where you were possibly distracted a bit. Didn't see it for what it was. Because what the divine has in the 4 of Cups is an Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups connects to your heart space, your heart chakra, your heart energy, the flow of water within you. 4 of Pentacles is a blocked heart chakra. So there was some aspect of yourself that was blocking you from receiving something that the divine had for you. And it could have been love, Venus. Venus could have been in that cup. All right. Let's see. What does Venus want to say? Thank you so much, Divine. Tell me more about this Venus energy. What does Venus want Taurus Gemini to know in this moment? What does Venus want Taurus Gemini to know in this moment? King of Wands. Yeah, that's what was in the cup, a King of Wands. Scorpio, Sagittarius energy, more specifically. And you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Something that was, or someone, with the moon. Somebody, if this is love for you, like a real love relationship, somebody wanted to take it slow. Somebody, although they maybe present as a King of Wands, really had the desire for investment here, Taurus-Gemini. Feels like this King of Wands was following their intuition. Knight of Pentacles can be a message, could be movement of news. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it is something that, again, is a little slower than normal. Definitely, well, I won't say normal. Slower than the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, for sure. Knight of Cups is like a medium tempo. The Knight of Pentacles is like, I'm not taking a step forward until I know that this pentacle will be safe. Until I know or figure out which path is going to value what I have to offer in the way that it deserves to be valued. So this is definitely, I feel, somebody or something that wanted to take their time or was taking their time with taking action. The Moon, something hidden. I almost feel like this was the Ace of Cups. For it to be hidden and the Four of Cups to come out in the way that it did with that lineup, it was hidden. In the Four of Cups, typically it's depicted with the person in the card having their eyes closed. Okay, tell me about this energy between Venus. All right, as soon as I was about to say that, something about this person or about this situation, okay, because we won't necessarily, love can be finance and career too. Something about this felt like home, feels like home, carries the vibration of home. A piece of home. Interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more about this connection between Venus and the fourth house. The Four of Wands. Yeah, let's talk about home. That cup that the divine had, Taurus-Gemini, was the Four of Wands. A bond, a contract, a union, a merger, a coming together. Support. Participation. So even though this person, again, is the King of Wands, which can typically be projected, honestly, as clearly someone who's very attractive, and not just physically, but energetically attractive. They're very magnetic, the King of Wands. They are the masters of reading body language and reading the room and energy. They also have a massive influence. That's that Jupiter. Massive, massive influence. Their spirit alone can change and shift an entire room, an entire space. Anyone that they're around. But for it to come out with the Knight of Pentacles, again, Knight of Wands, it's Wands energy. They typically do follow their instincts. And they don't hesitate because they trust their spirit. They trust themselves. They trust their intuition, the Moon. And maybe whomever this is or whatever this is could have sensed that you might not have been ready for what was in store. The Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. You might not have been ready. Or let's just say if they're in the Knight of Pentacles, they might not have been ready, right? This could go vice versa, Taurus-Gemini. You take it how it resonates. You know yourself and your situation better than any reader. Trust your own intuition as we get in these messages. But I almost feel, yeah, it's like they either were intuitively feeling this, hold on, let me not take action, Knight of Pentacles, if that's what that means. Or it could just mean that although they might, again, very attractive, A lot of people like to say, oh, the Knight of Wands is a player, blah, 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 blah. I don't really subscribe to that. I don't really see it that way. But if that's the case, if that was the perception, Taurus, Gemini, they were coming as the Knight of Pentacles, meaning, no, I have something solid here. I'm not the Knight of Wands, I'm not the Knight of Swords, and I'm not the Knight of Cups. When I'm here and I show up and I present, I'm here and I'm showing up and I present, and that's consistent. Commitment, Four of Wands. That's what this Knight of Pentacles represents. This King of Wands wanted commitment, wanted to show or offer that. Okay. Clarify the fourth house here for Taurus, Gemini. Yeah, there you go. You've got Death and the Two of Pentacles. Cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. Meaning your comfort zone or someone's comfort zone might have been entertaining more than one person, whether that's you or whether that's this King of Wands. Yeah, but they shifted from that, the Eight of Wands. Or this has been a major change. Quickly as well. Now, the Two of Pentacles, there could be a Capricorn involved here somehow, some way, or this person could be a Capricorn. Take it as it resonates. Could be an Aquarius as well with the Star card. But that Two of Pentacles can also speak of needing to find a work-life balance. So if this King of Wands was desiring commitment, wanted that, I think, again, with the Moon, they knew they had to find or transform, that's the 8th house, death energy, transform and shift so that they could find a better balance to have the Four of Wands. King of Wands, much like the King of Pentacles, can be very, very focused on their desires, on their ambitions. So maybe with the Moon energy, deep down, this King of Wands could have felt that they were ready or wanted the Four of Wands. So they were making the shifts and the changes needed and necessary to show up and participate in that. But that requires balance. What? Work-life balance. The Two of Pentacles. So this could have been some sort of, and you could be the King of Wands, Taurus, Gemini. That could totally be the case as well. But it's telling me that this focus on ambition, focus on drive, focus on passion, focus on career, or, you know, go out and get it type of vibe is something ancestral. It's something in the cultural for this person, or if it's for you. So having to shift out of that culture, Eight of Wands, into something that's a bit more healthy, because just because it's cultural tradition doesn't make it healthy, doesn't make it right? Doesn't mean that it's something that's good for you. Could just be survival techniques that have been adapted, or, you know, coping mechanisms that have just been passed down and passed down and passed down and passed down and made into some form of tradition. But that's what the Spirit is calling out with the Judgment. This is also Pluto. Pluto's in retrograde. Okay? So this is what you maybe are reviewing or kind of maybe connecting a little deeper into for yourself. Tell me about the energy between the 4th house and the 12th house for Taurus, Gemini. Yep, I knew it. I felt the Sun was going to come out. The Sun and the 10 of Wands. Some of you, this 4th house energy is a return to childhood. It's a return to, again, the soil that birthed you, the environment that fostered and helped you create your identity and your sense of self. And maybe those roots and that culture comes with a lot of burden, a lot of weight to carry. Maybe some of you feel like your purpose in this life is to clear out some karmic patterning for your cultural background, your family roots, your bloodline. Okay? Whether that is earth family, spirit family. Yeah, Three of Swords. I do feel like could have even been some sort of major transformation or transition in your own life here, Taurus Gemini. Like if this is all about you and not tethered to anybody else, you maybe have experienced a lot of tragedy in your life that maybe warped or somehow stole your innocence a bit with the Sun and the Ten of Wands. I just heard like robbed of your serotonin. It's like so much tragedy, so much strife or heartache or heartbreak that it's like I don't even remember the last time I was happy. Do you know what I mean? Or I don't have happy memories of my roots and my family or growing up. Do you know what I'm saying? I think some of that is coming up to be faced and to be healed and to be transmuted and transcended and let go of in this moment. With the Death and the Two of Pentacles, carrying a little bit more than your fair share, especially with the Ten of Wands here. Clarify this 12th house energy and the... Whoa! Where did that go? What is this? The Page of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay. This feels like a new definition of family. A new definition of cooperation and teamwork and togetherness and oneness and effort. Some of you definitely maybe were put in a position to take on more responsibility when it comes to your family than you were maybe ready to, especially if you were just a Page of Swords. As a child, you maybe observed or saw the people around you take on more, do more. This could be like, oh, I come from a family with no one's married, everyone's a single parent. You know, I've never seen a couple actually work out or work together well. You know what I'm saying? Tragedy can come in all types of forms. Maybe it's just you've witnessed a lot of divorces or a lot of homes being broken apart. Because that 4th house energy is strong. Whether that was because of, oh, one parent works too much, or there, it's like some of y'all were just really close to certain situations like that. Whether these were your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your siblings. Something definitely, though, put you in a position, I feel like we get this a bit for you, Taurus Gemini, put you in a position to take on more responsibility for your family's stability, well-being, than you were supposed to or meant to or could handle or could process with the Page of Swords. Some of you maybe grew up fast. That could be that. Yeah. With the Sun. Innocence. It's like maybe you didn't have enough time to just be a child or just kind of be free, and maybe freedom was far and few in between, or only in certain times, in certain areas, in certain spaces. You could be free of responsibility. That was, again, I do feel like premature for you. Having to take on responsibilities that you don't even understand just yet. Page of Swords. It's like you can get it, but you're not really processing that that's what's happening. So, okay. I do feel like Here's what I'll say, and I don't want to trigger anybody. Yeah, okay. I don't want to trigger anybody, but there could be some secrets, family secrets, things that maybe you've had to bear and shoulder and carry with you and not speak to, Page of Swords, tell anybody about. Things that were done from people very close to you or people who were always around you. Certain things. Okay? And again, that's going through that 12th house of why. Why did this all have to happen? Right? How can I heal it? So that you can reclaim your individuality, your self-image, and discover a new or create a new approach to life that does not continue the burden of the Ten of Wands. That leaves the Ten of Wands behind. In the sense of, again, all that you've been carrying. Yeah. The Eight of Pentacles wanted to show out all that you've been carrying, all that you've been shouldering. I don't know how to say it in a different way, Spirit. That's that Four of Pentacles too. Everything you've been keeping close to your chest. We do have the Empress here though, connecting the 12th house and the 1st house. So that is a part of your transformation. It is Venetian energy. Yeah. 7 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles. Struggling to feel emotionally connected to what you maybe know or think you're deserving of, or your self-worth. The Queen of Pentacles is all about self-worth and self-value. Your 1st house could be Capricorn, maybe. So that would make you a Sag rising. Doesn't have to be for you to resonate. But the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, it's like... Seven of Cups really, for me, speaks more to acceptance. It's like I have to accept that I have these 7 cups, that I don't know which one is actually the toxic one. Maybe they're all toxic, right? Like, but I have to accept that these 7 cups are a part of my journey. What do I need to learn from these cups so that when you get to the 9 of Cups, whatever happened with these 7 aren't something that fully define your self-worth and who you are. So it's a little bit of like facing your past. Okay? And whatever emotions come out of that facing of the past. Yeah. So that you can finally be at peace and happy. And in your power here with the Empress, regardless of your gender. Yeah, so we're touching on some truth here with the Ace of Swords. Okay. Tell me more about this 1st house energy for Taurus Gemini. What's the 1st house? Page of Wands. Okay, your 1st house could be Leo, which might make you a Cancer rising. And the 3 of Swords. Libra energy could also be Libra rising. Libra here as well, but the Empress is really all elements, even though it is Venus. It's truly all elements. I think a lot of you, and again, I feel like I'm back in that group of Taurus Geminis, and that's okay. This is cyclical, and we're gonna work through this. I'm here with y'all, okay? So I feel like this is again where the 3 of Swords has been a major facet or a major pillar of someone's identity. Who they are is heartbreak. Who they are is pain. It's like you're wearing it as a mask, or you're wearing it on your sleeve. You're wearing it as a definition of who you are. I am the pain. It's like over-identifying with your pains, your traumas, your karma. Okay, Page of Wands though. I do feel like this might be a really beautiful rebirth for you, Taurus-Gemini, where you once were very pessimistic about life, and now you're very optimistic. Two ends of the spectrum. Okay, to clarify the Page of Wands and the Three of Swords for the first house. Boy. Thank you. Come on now. The Hierophant. Taurus, yeah. Applied wisdom, applied knowledge. So it's almost like here, Taurus-Gemini, in this season, you are moving from this maybe, sorry for shaking the camera, but maybe this sense of woe is me, a little bit of victimhood, love you. We all go in and out of that cycle a whole bunch of times, okay? This is not a judgment. But I do think that there was just this identity thing with the pains that you've had. Look at what I've been through. Oh, woe is me. You know what I mean? Like, why me? The Three of Swords. And it's just kind of like, yeah, I think you've just been carrying that as a part of your personality, and what's been missing, or what wants to birth out of you with the Empress, is this Page of Wands. Someone who's very, very optimistic, very, very much excited about what they can create in life and what they can experience. I often like to say the Page of Wands is that child that truly believes that they can fly. Can't convince them otherwise, that they don't have superpowers. Like, it's that kid who's just wholeheartedly determined and committed to whatever mystical, magical thing there is around them. They see the magic. That's the Venus, seeing the beauty in life, where you once only saw rain and clouds and darkness and sadness and sorrow and pain and betrayal. Yeah? It's stepping into the Hierophant and saying, okay, well, what have I learned from all of that? From being an observer, pages. So some of this heartbreak trauma could have been like secondhand in a way, like because someone close to you experienced it, you also kind of went through it with them, or a parent had a very, very hard time or a hard path or hard cycles to experience. And so that, of course, if it's your parent, without question and without doubt, is going to transfer onto you, whether you want it to or not. So it's like reclaiming yourself in a way, or reclaiming that sun energy, that innocence within you. But also carrying and learning and integrating the lessons from things that you've observed. Page of Swords, Page of Wands. Sometimes you don't have to go through it to learn from it. You know what I mean? Seeing it can be enough. And I think that's a major, major, major part here for you. What lessons can you draw from the things that you've seen? The things that you've witnessed? Not everything has to be experienced firsthand to gain the lesson. Which I think, if you can grasp onto that concept, if you can really steep yourself in that, can create a lot of swift and quick shifts for you, where it maybe has been slowly learned. Because maybe that's what it is. It's like, maybe Taurus-Gemini, in all fairness, that Taurus energy can make you very, very, very stubborn, to the point where people can tell you, hey, Taurus-Gemini, don't go down that road. There's a whole bunch of snake pits and fire and scary things and pain and barbed wire and a fence, and your horns are going to get stuck. Don't do it. And you're like, nah, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, people don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to go figure it out for myself. And then what? You fell into the snake pit, got bit by snakes. You know what I mean? Like, it stepped on the barbed wire. Now your horns are caught. And it's like, oh, shit. Okay. I didn't have to go through this. I could have just listened and learned from what people had been through or already experienced and took another route. And that's okay. We all go through that. Trust and believe me. But either way, you definitely have some valuable lessons under your belt here, Taurus Gemini, that can be more positively aspected in your self-image and your approach to life and how you identify as an individual. Okay? So tell me more about this Four of Wands, the Sun, and the Empress. Ooh. Saying those together has felt kind of like, really good energy. Really exciting energy almost. Tell me more about the Four of Wands, the Sun, and the Empress. Boy, too many. Clarify the Four of Wands. Thank you. Too many, Spirit. But glad I listened, because I almost put that back without looking at it. Four of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the World. Give and receive love, find value, and see beauty. Someone definitely has clarity now around some sort of communication that the universe was trying to bring in. But the World is also fixed energy. It's your Taurus dynamic. You also have Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio in there with you, okay? So those could all be aspects or facets of your chart. But something, again, you were maybe very fixed on, you now see clarity around. What that has to do with the Four of Wands, tell me, Divine. Was that the Lovers? Yeah. Yep. So this could have definitely been a love relationship for you. Queen of Swords, yeah. Definitely could have been a love relationship for desired path, ideal career. Again, take it as it resonates. This is just general. So Four of Wands could just simply be a contract and an agreement between two parties. King of Swords with the Four of Swords in reverse. And it was a decision that was maybe made. Oh. And with the World, it kind of feels like it maybe was a permanent decision that someone does not have rest on, does not feel good about anymore. Maybe felt good about it at one point, but definitely something's changed. Okay. Can we get specifics? Clarify the Four of Wands. Thank you so much, Divine. One card for the Four of Wands. The Star. Okay. And interestingly enough, the King of Swords is an Aquarian energy for me, along with the King of Cups. It's Pisces, Aquarius, Pisces. King of Swords, Capricorn, Aquarius. So there's that Capricorn energy again. All right, but the Star, Taurus Gemini, was something destined, meant, fated, written in the stars for you? Some of you maybe are here with that question. Is there somebody out there? Is there a love of my life? I'd say the Star and the Moon with the Four of Wands would say yes. It could be a King of Wands that's destined to be with you or meant to be your partner. It's just with the Moon, something about them is hidden. Or, oh, look at that. You got the Sun, the Moon, and the Star. Sun, Moon, and Rising here. Okay. So a lot of energy here. A lot of alignment is what I really want to say here, Taurus Gemini. I just feel like there is something in alignment. I just heard in queue. Like, you know how you might queue up songs on a playlist, or something is waiting in the wings type of queue. You haven't gotten to that song yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's there. It's absolutely there. But with the fourth house, the Death, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands, I think maybe here, Taurus Gemini, there's still some shifting, some letting go, some transformation that you maybe have to go through. So what maybe seems is like a slow progress or something, or someone trying to come in very slowly, they may be giving you time. based off their own instincts and their own intuition and what the universe is guiding them to do this transformative work, to transform through your karmic cycles and patternings and face your fears and realize and actualize what you want your legacy to be, so that you can then grow and expand and have all of that beautiful energy. So there's like this waiting energy. This King of Wands is waiting to take action, because with the moon, it's like, I think they instinctually know it's not the right time. It's still written, just not the right time. The Sun and the Six of Wands, we love to see. Okay? Victory, success, conquering. Yeah, there's something here that you need to conquer, Taurus Gemini, within yourself. Something tethered to your family, something tethered to your roots, something tethered to the home and whatever peace or comfort or lack thereof, right? Making peace with that, reconciling that, transcending it, and then showing up in your true and authentic energy and vibration here. Tell me more. Tell me about this Empress. Seven of Wands, yeah. Something about your safety here, though. Something very big about safety. And that could be a part of that whole having to shoulder and having to burden more than your fair share, more than what you deserved, more than what was appropriate. I also feel like the Empress is connected to this Venus and this King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Moon energy, and the Four of Wands. So whatever this alignment is, it is protected. It is being guarded. It is safe for you, Taurus Gemini. But I think there's maybe some things to learn, Page of Swords, some things to study when it comes to collaboration, cooperation, working together in unison, joint effort, right? Because that's, if this is centered on a relationship and something that you want, you got to learn how to work with it, right? You got to, because remember that Nine of Pentacles came out, so you could just be somebody that's very used to doing things alone or doing things on your own. But how do you work with others? Because when you get into a connection, Four of Wands, it's two parties working together. Equal participation. Not one person doing all the work and the other person not. Maybe that is in the past something that you've attracted a lot of because this was a modality for you. Right? I'll shoulder it. I'll do it. I'll take it on. No worries. I'll make it happen. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? Trauma response, survival mode. So a lot of y'all are coming out of that in a very beautiful way, Taurus Gemini. Yeah. Why? Because you deserve to be happy. Yeah, you deserve to no longer carry your fears around, have them no longer hold you back or stop you or identify as you. You are not your fears. You're not your past. You are who you are in this moment. And that is malleable. You can change at the drop of a hat if you make that decision to. It doesn't have to be what you're used to. It could be something new. It could be something different. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get into your highest energetic outcome. Let me get a sip of my drink. That's good. Okay. Highest energetic outcome here of all this transformation. It's Four of Wands, the Sun, the Empress, the Moon, the stars, the Hierophant. What does the Nine of Cups look like for Taurus Geminis? Trying to find it, trying to identify it. What does it look like? Flexibility. Did I not say You might be a stubborn bunch here. And here's what I'll say, Taurus Gemini, just because you bend, it doesn't mean you're gonna break. Bamboo is some of the most flexible materials, but it's also one of the strongest materials you can build something out of. It's not necessarily rigid, right? So there is some sort of fluid energy that you need to find. Yeah. Okay, what else? Highest energetic outcome, happiness. I know that's right. Oh, I love that. And the dolphins, that's soulmate energy. Soul tribe. So again, for those of you that came here with questions of, is there a one for me? Do I have a soulmate? Yeah, you absolutely do. And it is somebody that you will be genuinely happy with. Not forced happy, not fake happy, not happy just for a moment. Genuine, lifelong happiness. Courage at the bottom of the deck. Tell me more. Oy, that's way too many. Tell me more here, Divine. Highest energetic outcome for Taurus Gemini. Openness. Gotta open up that heart, Taurus Gemini. You gotta be open to how things align. It might not happen how you thought it would, but it'll happen the way it needs to. That's where the flexibility's coming in. And your last one is wonders. Ooh. That feels magical. That feels otherworldly. That feels like new frontier, new energy, new experiences, new hope is what I just heard, and you got release. Yeah, if you can let the karmic patterns go, if you can transcend it, if you can let the old version of you rest and step into the new version of you, that first house energy. Again, who have you been? Who are you now? And who do you want to be? Alignment. Do all of those things align? Do they have the proper distance between each other? Like it can vary for all of y'all, but let's look into the book here. Okay, because I don't think we've gotten these yet. Flexibility. Yeah. Bamboo in wind. Okay. The symbolism of bamboo runs deep. Whereas many larger, seemingly stronger trees will break in high winds, bamboo simply bends and sways. Its flexibility allows it to survive and even thrive while other species suffer. Even during a hard winter, when its branches are laden with snow, I guess, bamboo doesn't break. It snaps back when the snow melts in the spring. It also has a strong root system, so that even during great storms, it survives. Additionally, it is often a symbol of abundance because of its rapid growth. Its upward, verdant, constant growth is used as a metaphor for the fulfilling rise of prosperity. The meaning of this card is rich and varied. It cautions you to be flexible in your life. Be willing to bend and yield. There are times to stand strong, but there are also times to go around a situation rather than face it head on. This card suggests being amenable, to change. It's also a fantastic card for abundance and prosperity, and it suggests that if you are flexible, prosperity can and will come your way in all areas. Additionally, it suggests that a time of rapid growth is ahead. Don't resist it. The time is right for this surge of spiritual growth to occur. Okay, so that world and the Ace of Swords that slipped out for this Four of Wands. Be open. Be open here, Taurus Gemini. Be open. I know it's hard. Change is difficult, but be open to it, okay? We have happiness, also known as shimmering sunshine. Our sun, look at that connection. Look at that. Our sun is at the center of our solar system, allegedly. No, I'm just playing, okay. Our planet and our lives revolve around its cycles of light and dark. Our inner and outer biological rhythms, as well as the rhythms of every animate and inert part of life, are ruled by this celestial force. In the far past, the sun has been thought of as a god. Traditionally, it has been associated with happiness, joy, hope, enlightenment, illumination, truth, cheer, warmth, and goodwill. Additionally, sunlight is an expansive force. When something is heating up by the light of the sun, it enlarges. Without the energy of the sun, things contract. The sun carries the deepest energies of the expansion in life. So to receive this card is to know that you are expanding. All right, pre-channel coming in. That's that Jupiter and the sun energy, right? Click your heels and shout for joy. The signs are with you. Let your light shine. Abounding good luck awaits you. Did I not say something was waiting in the wings? King of Wands, very expansive. Abounding good luck awaits you. Knight of Pentacles, waiting. Okay. A gateway is opening for even more joy and happiness. Your life is expanding. Opportunities are emerging. This is the time to go forward with glee. Love deeply and fully. Embrace life with open arms. Goodness is flowing to you. The only thing to be aware of is to monitor your expansion in a metered way. Too much, too fast can be overwhelming. I almost feel like if this King of Wands is a person, they might be very hyper aware of that expansive energy that they might carry. And it's like, I know if they're interested in you here, Taurus, Gemini, or you're interested in them, or whatever the case may be, it's like they know they have to slow step this with you. Because too much, too fast might overwhelm you. Again, it's the Taurus. Too much change at once, shut down. We don't like it, we don't do it, we're going to buck, we're going to resist, even if it's something good, right? And that happens, and it's okay. It's the things we love about the Taurus vibration, right? But I just think that's it. I think someone's very, very, if this is someone, they're very, very in tune with you, Taurus, Gemini, and they don't want to overwhelm you. They don't. So if you're wondering if you know who this King of Wands is and you're like, why are they moving so slow? I don't understand. Like, why? It's because they don't want to overwhelm you. They don't. You might be someone, Taurus, Gemini, whether you want to admit it or not, has to be slow dosed into change. And they're trying to honor that. Honor you and how you are and how you operate. Which I kind of think is sweet, to be honest. But you know, take it how you will. Let's look at openness. Okay. Ooh, did I not say there were some secrets here? Openness is called Secrets of the Moon. The cycles of the moon affect every aspect of our life. The cyclical magnetic pole regulates the tides as it acts on our planet's waters. The moon even affects the monthly cycles of women. It's not an accident that a woman's cycle and the cycle of the moon are approximately the same amount of time. In native cultures, when women lived in nature, it was not uncommon for them to menstruate during the new moon and ovulate around the full moon. It was believed that menstruation was the time that women had to be still, put her everyday labors aside, and renew. For all people, the dark of the moon was a time to incubate ideas, watch nocturnal dreams for signs, and be still. In modern life, we as a culture don't honor these natural cycles often enough. As a result, our lives are usually bereft of this important time of rejuvenation. When you receive this card, be open to receiving signs. Be still, do nothing, be open, and breathe. Relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you are trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding the situation. Become the sacred watcher. That's what I was getting with the page, right? Observe. Oh, there you go. Observe life as it unfolds rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. Be receptive to the messages from your soul. This card can also be the bringer of sacred wonders, which we're about to get into. That's a beautiful synchronicity. The bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles can show up in ways you didn't expect. Yeah. Something very, very mystical, powerful. The other world. I can't get away from supernatural about this energy. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I'm talking about here. What's going on? Wonders is the last card in this deck. Okay. You have quartz crystal here. So maybe getting some natural quartz, clear quartz, smoky quartz, rose quartz, all the quartz, okay? Research them, see what you need. Get a quartz though. Maybe that's a crystal you need in this season here, Taurus-Gemini. Natural rock crystals, clear, amethyst, citrine, rose, and smoky, were all revered in ancient times. The I don't want to say that right. I know it's Aborigines. Is it Aborigines? I think so, because they're Aboriginals in culture terms. Okay. The Aborigines of Australia called it Maban, which was the material through which their shamans and elders gained their magical powers. The Egyptians believed quartz had mystical healing abilities and would bury their dead with a piece of crystal on their forehead. The Greeks and Romans believed crystals were solid ice that had been formed by the gods and thus had mystical powers. Even to present day, people believe that crystals can help manifest their intentions. Perhaps that's because of the piezoelectric qualities of quartz. The reason why quartz can amplify radio signals. Ooh. Quartz can help open you up here, Taurus-Gemini. You need to get some quartz. Again, amethyst is a quartz. You have clear quartz. Citrine is a quartz. Rose quartz. Smoky quartz. Okay, a whole bunch of different quartz. Get you some immediately, because it does feel like this is what's going to amplify your receptibility or your openness or help you with that, okay? There are some places in the world where it's not uncommon to find crystals on the surface of the land. These are especially powerful because they have found you in their natural setting. So, wasn't I talking about like going to specific like meridians and line points and grid? Like there's something there environmentally for you. You might come across a natural stone just out on an excursion or out on your explorations here in your environment. Interesting. That's awesome. If that happens, let me know. That might not, but let me know. Okay. Just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they are there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how tiny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way that you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open. If you believe, anything and everything is possible. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy to end on here, Taurus-Gemini. I hope you found this astrology tarot reading helpful for you, insightful for you, maybe even filled with some confirmation or clarification around what you got going on, what you were sensing and feeling from your own higher self, or what's to come here for you, Taurus-Gemini. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love to hear that from you all so much. Definitely love seeing your notifications come in. They always bring a big old smile to my face. So thank you in advance. Let me know what you resonated with. Let me know what you connected with so we can talk about it. And if you're interested in any additional or bonus content, you can join me here on YouTube. I do have a tier that gets you a weekly oracle message and healing meditation from me. Or you can join me on Patreon, where we do the extended love readings. We also do weekly readings, which we'll be doing July 1st through 7th tomorrow. I just did the Neptune retrograde energy shift reading for patrons. So if you're interested in that and you want to kind of see how that might resonate with you, make sure you join me here on Patreon. So all of that is linked in the description box below. But at the very least, if you enjoyed this reading, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Taurus-Gemini, for allowing me to read for you in this moment. It is an absolute honor. And I hope to see you in our next one. All right? Namaste.